Hi there, everybody. It's James, and welcome back to Futureman. I told you I'd bring you back when there's something worth playing. Well, there's something worth playing. How about the Cup Final, the Dutch Cup Final, where we are here to play PSV and try to retain our title. Also, if you look at the league, I think the last time you guys were here was, where? Was it Feyenoord? No. It was PSV, maybe? No? I think it was Feyenoord. Anyways, yeah, it was there when we beat them 2-0. And since then, there's been a run of games where we have really kicked it into gear. As you can see, being undefeated. The shaky early form of the year, that's gone. We are winning games for fun here. We have gotten ourselves a little bit of a lead in the Eredivisie. We can only finish, we're second place. So we've clinched Champions League football again, which is good considering the board wanted us to, avoid relegation. But it doesn't look like Ajax will be an umpteenth, 6-time runner-up, or 6-time winner. It'll be us this time, or Feyenoord. That being said, Feyenoord has dropped some points. We do have as many draws as they do, but we have 2 more wins, which means, we are 6 points ahead of them. So that's good. And with a much better goal difference than everybody else in the league. So, yeah, if you also look at average rating-wise, Ortega, Brax, goals from Toth. Ortega has 8 assists. By the way, let's talk about Ortega for a second here, because he's going to show up here. He has 10 goals in 14. He has, 10 goals in 10 starts. So the guy's immediately paid dividends. Brax has 12, as does Magnu. So, yeah. But I think today what's going to happen is we're going to play the cup game. Once we've played the cup game, I'm going to go to the end of the season. Probably won't show you that one. By the way, Brax, Van Vleen, Larda, Neeson, Vasilia, Lissandra, Persini, Kasim, Ortega, Toth. The usual suspects. I probably won't come back until we do the end of the season review, in other words. Unless it's really close, but I expect us to wrap this up in the next game or two. Match or two. We have been in very decent form until lately. Obviously, the draw wasn't the best, but at the same time, Feyenoord also drew the same day. So Hernandez is their guy. He is their goal-scoring threat. We look very poised to beat them, and I'm very excited how this team went. I don't know if I win the league, if I'm going to continue in the Netherlands, or if I'm going to go and choose to move on. I guess it really depends on the jobs that are available, because I don't want to go to a relegation threatened Bundesliga side, or I need to go into an equal or better league. Obviously, the Eredivisie is currently the 6th best league in the game as of right now, and I don't want to go to a lower league and have it more difficult, if I have a more difficult time getting players. So that's kind of where we're looking here. Kasim, cheeky little chip for his 19th of the season. Chef's kiss. So, yeah, it's kind of onward and upward. League, the La Liga, the Bundesliga, Serie A, or the Prem. I'd kind of prefer not to go to the Prem right away either, because we obviously know Premier League, that's where all the money is. And we've spent a lot of time in my previous series in the Premier League. And we all know eventually we'll get there. But I kind of like the idea of working with a team that's not English. The Bundesliga calls me. I've always liked the Bundesliga. I mean, the fact that you can have there's no registration rules, you can have 99 players registered, and there's really nothing you have to worry about. So it's only the international competitions that you really have to worry about for registration. That's why Bayern is able to have so many Wunder teams and stuff over the years. But Serie A would be interesting too. I've never managed it in Italy. I don't know what that could be like, as Ortega is through here, and that is a beautiful goal. We're obviously going to get a finger in the ear here for some VAR checks, but I think it's good. I see people waving their hands in the air. Yep, that's a goal awarded. Persini, with just a beautiful ball over the top here. Just bang. Ortega does bend his run, and then a smooth finish in the lower right-hand corner there. We are 2-0 up with only a half an hour gone, and they haven't, well, They finally have a shot on target, and it's their first shot on target. It's from a set piece. Their first shot in the entirety of the game, and it's a goal. You can't make this stuff up. Well. All right, let's not do this again. Toth does get it cleared. Can we get the ball here? Ortega. Hernandez. Ray collects that one. Okay. Let's calm it down here, folks. I like the fact that you boot that long. Kasim. Ortega. Finds Toth. Oh my god, he hit everything but the goal. Neeson has not had a good game. Vasilia, Alessandro. Bombing down here. You can get a cross in. Neeson didn't really want to jump up for that one, and I don't blame him. He's not the tallest guy. That was a good cross in here. Persani does clean that up very nicely. Larden, Van Bleen, Lissandro, Bax, Vasila. I'm just going to knock the ball around here. It's what we're good at. Bax, Persani, Toth. Beautiful flick onto Ortega. And he can't quite get the finish on it, but Lissandro is going to come up here for a corner. We know Bax is very deadly from these, and here he comes, and Bax gets his head to it, pulls it back here. Lardon, Van Bleen. Okay. Nothing here. Neeson gets another yellow. And just isn't not having a great game. Somebody close him, please. Somebody close him, please. Or we just let that go? They definitely got back in the second half, so we've got to watch Neeson here. Peter has not been up for the game, for sure. And now Lissandro getting a yellow card does not fill me with joy. But Peter can redeem himself here. Kasim collects it here. Good. Kasim. Still Kasim. You would think he could have done more with it. Guy does have 17 finishing. All right. Oh, Neeson is getting his way back into the game here, but Lissandro is not. So we're going to make our first change here. Lissandro is going to come off. And Rupa is the ball winning? No. We're going to change this up. We're going to go with the deep line playmaker on. Is Ribeiro a decent tackler? Deep line playmaker on support is more what he does. All right, so that's what we'll do. So we'll take him, and we're going to make you... He's not the best box because Persani is not the best at tackling either, but he can box to box. So we're just going to make you hustle and box to box. We're going to make you deep line playmaker on support, and then we're just going to go like that. And start protecting the midfield a little bit more, get some fresher legs in there, and then maybe around like the 73rd minute, we'll look at bringing in somebody else. Bax, good. Vasilia, that wasn't as good. Hernandez, good clearance here, guys. Ortega, header doesn't work down there. Neeson intercepts. Okay, little sketchy here. Come on, calm down. All right, carry the ball forward here, guys. We don't need to be insane. Ortega, good. Bring it into the center area or find Neeson. Ball here, Kasim. He's got to fit that. There we go. 2-goal parity restored. I love to see that. Basilia is tired, so let's bring on Basilia. Yep. And then Bax is tiring, so let's do the thing we've been making. Kacic, but we'll bring him into the center. We make him just a central defender on defend, just because he's big and he wins aerial duels. And that's why we do that. All right. Yeah, make those tactical changes. So that's all of our... We only get 3 subs here. Now, Basilia is obviously back in our... that's the first time you have seen him since we bought him during the January break. Kasim, ball in here. Larden, I mean, good shot. Give it to him there. Good header. But we can just kind of take it easy now. Take the game on. It's been Ortega's kind of day. Kacic. Kacic. Yeah, fine. That's what we'll say. Lardon, Tennyson, Ortega, Toth. May have been offside. Yeah. Which is fine. Tick, 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 tick. And ladies and gentlemen, we have won the cup again. So congratulations to us. Great moments all around. We have retained our cup title, and that's important, at least for us. I'm very pleased. So I've now come in here and I've won 2 pieces of silverware with them, and we are possibly on stage here to win a league title. Ortega, you were great. Everybody was good. Bonuses paid out was not a ton. We'll attend the press conference. I'm very happy with everybody. That should have helped our finances out a little bit because we know we're floating. Yeah, you got $5 million. If you look at the beginning of the season, oh yeah, you got a ton of money. Yeah, not so much now. I spent a lot of it during January. But yes, so I will see you guys back here probably now for the end of the season. We're back, and I have changed shirts because it's a completely different day. And it's the end of the season review where, yes, we won the title. So we won the double. So yay! The board only gave me £5 million in transfer budget. Yay! Gustavo Ortega is the deal of the season. I would agree with that. I mean, 16 appearances, 16 goals, and 11 assists. He formed a wonderful strike partnership up top there with Toth. I think we have a lot of good players. Thomas Beal probably wasn't a great one. He was more of a panic sign, but he did all right. Kacic, I like a lot. Van Vliet. How did Van Vliet not get frickin' signing of the season? Joselu, I can see why, but he's one for the future. Lissandro got 13 assists and 1 goal. Rupa was a good signing. 8 goals and 5 assists. But yeah, Ortega probably was it. Transfers out. Savic. I mean, we made some money on the guys we sent out. And then the loans out, we're not really too worried about. The season's results. First place! By a decent margin, mind you, too. Average home attendance. We got to build a new stadium. Vladimir Toth was the top goal scorer for us. In the Champions League, we were knocked out in the league phase. I think 3 wins, especially one against Paris Saint-Germain. And Porto was pretty good for us. I mean, those are big clubs. I mean, we drew Salzburg. And losing 1-0 to Munich, Bayern isn't too bad. We won the cup. Hooray for us. We get to retain that. And we played a close game against Ajax in the Shield. Moments to remember. Our biggest win was 8-2 over PSV. Our match to remember was apparently the 2-0 win over Porto. And the goal of the season was Lissandro when he just banged it out from 22 meters. Finances. Our sponsorship revenue is down, but not by much. Our broadcast revenue is down by a little bit. Our corporate and hospitality is up. Our competition prize money is up. Thank you, Champions League. We'll be there again. Our match day and commercial revenue is up. Toth, Persarni, Kasim, Ortega, and DeLuca is the 3 or 5 top selling shirts. We've got 1.52 million non-domestic sales are out there. We've got 10,000 shirt trolls. How do we sign up? Ortega, Toth, Magnu, Lissandro, Persine. Yeah, like that is pretty much our best 11 right there. Look at the top 3. Gustavo, 16 goals and 16 appearances. Toth, 38 goals and 14 assists and 39 appearances. And Magnu gets 9 assists and 20 goals. And a lot of goals coming from the midfield and some from the team there. Accolades. Fans player of the season is Toth. Young player of the season is Toth. Signing of the season is Ortega. Goal of the season, Lissandro. Top goal scorer with 38 is Toth. Most assists was Toth. Player of the match awards, Toth. Highest average rating, Toth. Most complete passes completed per 90 was Cohen. Competitions awards. Football of the year in Turkey was Magnu. Slovak player of the year was Toth. And young Slovak player of the year was Toth. Record breakers. Toth gets the most goals in a season and most league goals by a player in the season. Ortega gets the most goals by a player in a single match and also in a league match. Toth gets the most man of the match awards. Van Vliet is the highest transfer fee ever paid, and that is paid dividends. Radu was the most fee we received, and the youngest goal scorer was Frank in 16-year-olds in 60 days. History in the making. AOD Den Haag have put on together a season for the ages. We've done the double. And here's the timeline. We signed Lin Yuki. You can see your potential. We had our low point. Investing in potential. Our superstar. That's when we won. Future star. I quit and I took on. You can see big spender, raking it in. We made money. We won the cup last year. I get the manager of the year award. And then this year, we won the Eredivisie. We won the cup. Toth is one of the most prolific players there is. So that ends the season. To give you an idea of what transfer-wise we have 5.25 million to spend, which we'll be spending. We have a potential wage budget of £42,000, and we have some sell-on clauses that we can look into. We've got Alessandro, a center back who is 17 from Brazil, who looks like he has some potential coming in at 6'1". Yosef Kasim, a Malayan fringe player who looks like he's coming in as a center back who looks like he's got some real potential. I know it says 3 to 3.5 star potential, but he's 17. He has a lot to grow on, and his physicals are already there. And then Luis Ranallo is from Lechia. He doesn't look great, but we're getting him on like a no salary. He's a free transfer, and he's basically going in the B team to like be the B team wing back. And then Jan is just leaving us on a free. So that's all of the transfer situations. Now, if we go to the squad planner and we look at our team here, goalkeeper, I think is fine. We're going to stick with Ray and Bill going forward. Ray has been a phenomenal goalkeeper this year. He has developed like crazy, and we're going to keep him. I'm not surprised if soon he'll be Argentina's number 1. He is also only 18 years old. The best part is he is growing to be eligible for us, and he will continue to do so. He is only 770 days away from that. So we're going to keep him. And then Thomas is a great backup keeper. He is also trained in Holland and has eligibility for Holland, so that makes Champions League a lot easier. Back three, I think Lardon, Brax, and Van Bleen are our 3 center backs. They are perfect for what we do. Brax is the only one where you may look at moving on. He is wanted by a lot of people, and I would be okay with moving him on given his age profile. And we've got Kacic here, who can probably slot in as that central defender on cover. And then we would push Van Bleen out to the right wing back, kind of the right wide center back thing, and we'd just have more height in the center of the center there. But really, I'm not looking to sell him, also because he is a homegrown talent, which is huge for us. He is trained in Holland, and that is a big player for us. Lardon is, once again, we're not selling him at all, but he has taken over that left center back position really, really well, and I'm very happy with how he has done. Left wing back position, Neeson, Vienna, Alcide, and then Luis Romano is coming in, so that is a pretty good one. If we look even further down, if we ask my assistant for everything, we can see that probably next season. We also have Barry. We need to remember that too, but obviously he is not. Fusco Barry, there he is. He's part of this. He's a breakthrough prospect, but once he gets eligible, and he is eligible, we may send him out on loan next season. I think that would do him a world of good. Play some football in another league, probably maybe the league below, as long as he's getting regular minutes. I mean, we have Executor as the underseen. But Neeson, I'm not willing to send anytime soon. I like him as a player. If we can, if somebody comes in with a stupid bid for him, I'll take the money, but just because if we need to buy to sell, but 10 assists and a goal from the right wing back spot, who's either footed, he does very good. And I think he has better defensive numbers than we actually think. On the right-hand side, we've got Neeson shows there, but we've got Tomi Vasilia, who has been just an unsung hero. He doesn't get a lot of assists, but he does what he needs to do, and he's a very solid wingback. He's been it for years for us, and we have a long contract with him. He is wanted by a few clubs. I would be okay selling him, but I would have to get a lot of money for him, 50 million. Basilia obviously is the heir apparent. He has featured a little bit for us this season, and I think he'll feature more next season. 18 years old, obviously he'll grow a ton, and he's already got Brazil under 20 caps. And I think just getting more experience in the first team will be good for him. Al-Assad is a tough one. I don't really know what to do with him. I like him. I want to keep him around as a squad player, but I don't know how much more time he's going to get because I've got the other two Brazilian kids who I want to give time and game time to. So the fact that he's two-footed is helpful, but we'll just have to see. If somebody comes in, he is wanted by a few clubs. He may be one we can definitely look at selling on. And then obviously we got De Vries here, who played in Excelsior and had some development too. So we can obviously bring him in as well and have him be a rotational option. Middle of the park, we are freaking stacked for players. We've got a lot of good midfielders here. Obviously Good, I think, for everything. You know, Lissandro and Persini are our best midfielders. I really don't want to let them go. They've done wonderful things for us. It would take a lot of money to see these guys leave for us, especially Persini. He's done great. That's kind of stunted the growth of Andy, but I think Andy will get more playing time in the team. He does a lot for us. He's pace-wise is a little bit concerning, but he does a decent amount for us, and I think we should definitely give him some time. He's also got capped by the Netherlands, so that's good. Rupa was good for us as well. I may look to move him on. I may look to keep him. It really depends. Checha, I think he may have to go this season. His pace really hurts us, and he can't really be a holding mid. So I think it's time to kind of look at it, moving him on. His marking and tackling are all right, but, you know, Lissandro just does his job better. And we also have João Ribeiro, who can do his job, but better as well. And he's a bit quicker. So it'll be probably some movement time here. Fernando here maybe get called up to the first team too, because he brings something we really don't have, a more tackling midfielder, and allows us, if we need to, go into that kind of DM position. But yeah. And then obviously we've got, you know, these prospects all sitting here, and Vladimir Mekovic has been done well on loan, as has Needham here. So we've got some guys who can come in and start being some forces here. Attacking midfield wise, Magnu is the guy. He is wanted by a lot of people, and I think he may be somebody I'd be willing to sell. Mainly because we can cash in and get a lot of money for him, and then really kind of look at that attacking midfield position and go, nice. We've gives Rupa kind of the ability to go in there, really make it his own. We've got Gertie, who can possibly move up there. He has the stats to do that and the pace, so it may be worth kind of bringing the Dutchman back into the fold. But João Roberto, Lissandro, Uzelo, who is the breakthrough prospect Brazilian, who we've seen as a striker, could also really fit in as an attacking midfielder on attack. He has the kind of the passing and the vision to do it. The physicals are all right, but that work rate scares me a little bit. But 6'1" and comes in deep to get the ball, could definitely do something for us. Obviously, Checha's there. We've got this boy here, but he's not a part of our plans because he's with Ajax, and I don't know if I want to spend 15 million pounds on a guy who could be temperamental, but we'll see. We're definitely going to look at deals for sure. And Bartowski, and then obviously in the striking positions, Gustavo Ortega, he's staying. Obviously, once he hit the ground running and got his feet in, he was a man. Vladimir Toth, once again, too. The development on this guy is obscene. You can see Toth. He's probably one of the best strikers. He's 21. It says he's maxed out his current ability. I think he can still go further. I'm not selling him for anything short of his release clause, which is 197 million pounds. If somebody comes in for that, that's fine. Otherwise, I'm keeping him, and I'm also not too worried about him because he's reserved as media handling style and he's a professional individual. So I think he has that, and I think he's loyal to the club. Lasorta is a great rotational player and is probably somebody who I could probably see retraining to be that attacking mid kind of player. But if he is wanted by a few clubs, how much do we spend on him? 5.5 million. We double or triple our money on him. I would be okay with rotating that out because we've got a lot of younger players coming in. Let's go back to the squad planner here. Bang. Squad planner here. And then Rupa can play there. Frank is somebody who we dabbled with, but we sent him back down to the youth team. I think just more exposure for him will do good, as with Zuzelu. We've also got Fall. I mean, we're not even seeing him here, but yeah, like Jakob Fall is somebody who could definitely work his way into the team. At 19, he's showing some great development. It could definitely be that advanced forward, come in for Toth kind of situations. But we have some choices, but we're set for a really good thing here. We don't have a lot of experienced player, but if you look at peak emerging and developing talents, we are still on the younger side view here. And I'm happy with that. I'm happy with how that's going. I would dare say emerging into peak. Like, we've got a lot of guys who are going to be hitting their peak soon, and not a lot of older chaff at the club. And even the ones that we have, like Cohen, Ribeiro, Van Dijk, some guys we may look to move on who aren't very vital, but Checha is somebody who we may look to move on to. But that's it. So thank you all for being here. I will see you guys after the off season. Remember, it's not how good you are, it's how good you want to be. We'll see you then. Go Futureman. Also, we may come back if I get offered another job. I just signed a new contract with them, so I don't think that's going to happen, but I'm open to it. Have a good one, folks. See you then.